Hey everyone, how you doing? This is Let's Code a Full 90, where we take the next hour and a half, dig into some source code, try to make the world a little bit of a better place. I'm your host, Rob Menching, and today we're going to continue our forays into the Wix toolset, continue to try to make incremental build a little bit of a better, just work a little bit better. Anyway, let's go jump into it. So I'm going to bring up VS Code here, and we will look at what we left behind. And we have one thing that I'm worried about. Zoom this up a bit, maybe not that much. So what did we leave behind from episode 7? We have a test that's not succeeding regularly, and a test that intermittently fails, a test that every time we run it, it may or may not pass for no real, explainable reason at this point in time. So that's something that I'm really worried about, because I was hoping that by us writing a test this last time that we would be able to just move forward and start making other changes, knowing that the test has our back. I mean, that's the whole point of writing tests at this point in general. So I haven't figured out how to tackle that. So I think that's probably the first thing to do is kind of dig in the test a little bit, see if it's obvious what's going wrong. We can kind of track down what the issue is doing, which is actually number 4 in this list from episode 7. So we'll poke a prod at that, see if we don't find it, and then from there we'll jump back and start fixing the core fundamental thing that we're still talking about, is actually all the way back from 3 in the bind database command, how the inputs and outputs for, I think it was merge modules, are ending up with different timestamps from everything else. So that's where we're going. Let's go jump in the test. I have it open here, and as soon as I opened it, NUnit reran, or ncrunch. We don't use NUnit, we have XUnit here. As you can tell by the fact up here, ncrunch ran and the test failed, even though this is our simple just run the test and it should always work. So this is the thing that I want to dig into a little bit. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to start, because I'm going to run this again and we're going to watch it pass, I think. Wait for it. How long does it take? This says 9 seconds. Is this really a 9-second test? A 7-second test. You see, and now it passed. And then if I run it again, will it maybe fail? I don't know. That's the thing that we're going to have to try to figure out exactly what's going wrong. So yeah, see, run it a second time and it doesn't work. Now, all right, so let's first double check and make sure. We had a test up here before that was making sure that we didn't get any messages, or that none of the files were, that when we were building again, that there was no rebuilds in it. So I want to take a look, and I thought we had that. Can build. Nope, I guess we're doing it all based off of the file hash, but we are building that. All right, so let's see if I run it again, if this is actually happening every other run. That would be interesting. If every other run was failing, then that might tell us something, that incremental build only works every other time, which would be very interesting. But that would also kind of make sense, potentially. Yeah, oh, that's an interesting thought. All right, here we are running again. So far, my hypothesis is working. So that would be interesting in that in an incremental build, so you do a build, it gets all the timestamps, or it gets all the files right. And on an incremental build, it does some things to figure out that it does what work it does and doesn't have to do. But in so doing, gets it in a state that the next time you do an incremental build, it fails. So that says build a third time. All right, let's just test that hypothesis real quick. So here we have first hashes, second hashes, and I'm going to do the whole thing a third time, which essentially copies this and bring it down here. And we're going to do third, and then the third, you know what, I'm going to compare it, tied, the third hashes, and I'm going to compare them also against the second hashes. All right, make sure there aren't any other parts that I have to change here, and see if we can get this, if this will fail every single time. No. Well, so much for that hypothesis. So here I did 1, 2, 3, or rather 1, 2, 3 builds, and I'm validating the hashes between all of them, and it seems like it worked. I just have to make sure I'm not accidentally pulling in the results of a previous build. Project bin path. It's rechecking everything. Nope, there, see, but perfect. I am doing it. Third build files. All right, please fail, I think. That would be the best case if it failed down here somewhere. It's taking a little bit longer. No, it still passed. Bummer. I was really hoping that might do it. I was really hoping that might do it. All right, so let's look at the result here, the result here, and the result here. So what I'm going to do is look at this result object and see what it says, what the messages were. So I'm hoping that there'll be some text inside the messages that will tell me if it built or not, because the result has not just the return code, but also the output that MS-build sent to us. All right, so here, that's a full build of all the .NET code. Timestamps aren't frame-grained enough. Yeah, I could add a timestamp. You think there's time between it? Oh, okay, yeah, I can do that. All right, let me look at the results. That's not a bad idea, Sean, of putting timestamps in there, or a pause between it. Yeah, I'm not getting any output here that's going to show me that there is an incremental build or not. It's always going to spit out the same messages. All right, so there's that build, and I assume it's going to look very similar to our last results. Oh, it has 14. That's more messages. This is showing that the VCX project probably built incrementally. All right. So I think I've waited long enough. We'll see. There's definitely more than a second in between these builds, given I'm doing these by hand. And let's see what this result comes back with. 14. I think that was what it was before. Yeah. So it's 21 for the first build and then 14 for the follow-up. Yeah, so restore is doing nothing, as it shouldn't, or as it should do nothing. It should do nothing. And then we'll go down and see here. Step that, get all the files, hashes, compare, everything's fine. So let's see, if we're to do a build here, thread.sleep. Thank you. This is an async. All right, so thread.sleep, and we can wait for a second. And then after this build, we'll wait a second. And then after this build, we'll wait a second. So that's going to slow the test down a little more. Ah, that's, oh, no. It failed and then it passed, not failed and it passed. So it's actually doing the first behavior of every other test is failing. And of course, ncrunch is doing builds as I'm typing behind the scenes. And so it was catching up there since this test is so slow. As I was typing, it was giving me things there. So that failed. Let's run it again. Or sorry, that passed. I almost want it to fail consistently. Okay, so did the thread sleep fix it? Nope. The MSI was rebuilt in this case. All right, so I believe it failed there, it threw. All right, I think I'm gonna launch these under the debugger and see if we can get it to fail as well, because then the debugger will hold everything open and I can poke and see where the temporary paths are, because maybe I'll see something in the log files. Oh, I don't need my breakpoints at this point. We're just gonna run this test and see if we can get it to repro. Nope. Okay, that one passed, which I guess was kind of expected given the way things have been going, because that was after a failure. Good. So that's still holding the theory that these things are going back and forth. All right, so hopefully this temporary file over on my RAM drive will exist. Okay. And then let's see. So that's the build, and there's the build log. All right, well, let's see what this log file says. This can at least tell us why it rebuilt. All right, did restore do anything? I don't have a usual place I look with see if restore did anything. Did this actually do work? All right, wait. Let's just go look at the tasks we do know. Wix build core compile, right? There's two of them. Input file. Yeah, so the merge module is newer than the cab. So on the second run, the merge module is newer than the cab, but we shouldn't have gone in. Like, none of these files should have been touched. Ah, okay, now part of this is coming back to me. Did we leave off where these files had timestamps? Okay, actually, part of this is coming back to me. Too much code in between times. So there's that file. I'm gonna open another one. I need another window, please. Window run, oh, right, it won't open it there. To, where'd it go? Test data, Wix proj, obj, debug, enus, cab. And when we look at this guy, properties, and we look at this guy, properties, 1241.56, 1241.55, right, okay, yep, and this is what we were looking at before. I remember this now. Oh, not this one. I'm gonna have to open another Visual Studio. Can we do that? Two Visual Studios. All right, be careful, there's two Visual Studios here shortly. Let's see, I want this one. We're gonna go back and open Wix, and we're gonna look at, yeah, because we were looking at how did the bind command, yes, right. How did the bind command, how did the create cabinets end up creating a file with a timestamp earlier than the file that got extracted out of the merge module? But not always. But not always. Just sometimes it gets them out of order. Let's see here. Sometimes the timestamp on that 1241.56, which is basically now, and this is 55. How did this cab get created with a timestamp earlier than when this file was extracted? Because here is where we're creating the cabinet inside the merge module, or sorry, for the MSI. And the merge module would have been extracted already, unless I'm remembering something wrong here. All right, let's look. So here's the create cabinets. Yeah. And then we generate the database. Oh, then we merge modules. Okay. But merge modules doesn't add the files, does it? No. But, or does it? Okay. This just calls into the merge command. This updates the database, but it does not give us the files. Looking through over here, all this little fix up that it does. But yeah, so none of this is, so the merge modules does, I wonder. We told it to extract all those files. I'm looking at what Sean said here. If it rebuilt, then that cab you're looking at was changed during the build, right? You should compare the timestamps before the incremental was incremental. And the files extract from the merge module every time for an increment. Right. Okay. Thank you. So you're right. I'm looking at this after the build. I already found the timestamps were wrong. You're right. That's the issue. No, but okay. So I can't look at these timestamps. All I know is that these files were or did have the wrong timestamps beforehand, or rather, somehow the cab had a newer timestamp than the MSI. Okay, let's go down that route. So the merge module files are always extracted, and then incremental, the file already exists. So then we create the cabinet. I'm just struggling with the part where the cabinet, trying to come up with some way where the cabinet is created or already exists, so it doesn't get a new file stamp even though we create the files, we extract the files from the merge module every time. So how would that get into a situation? But the first build is clean. See, the first build must have set this up wrong for us to get into this situation. Let's look for another potential. Find the right window. Let's see. So that's the merge module being extracted, and that's the cab we're looking at. There's the library. So this is the merge module. Yeah. Okay. So what I was looking for was seeing if the cab cache was in the mix, because that definitely could make things interesting. If the file was coming out of the cab cache, that could explain things. All right, here's our merge log. What timestamp does that have on it? Created at, it started at 55, modified at 11:59. That's interesting, because that's the same as the cab. And the cab still has 12:41:46. So even the merge log has that. Oh, interesting. Can I add the timestamps here? Let's see. This could be a handy way. I just want to see these all the time. Date created, yes. And date modified, release, received, sent, date taken, visited. Interesting. I really want to find date. What's date versus date? Oh, created. Oh, bummer. What are these? Okay, well, that's close. But it's not giving me seconds. Not as helpful as I'd hoped. Oh, there is date modified, right? That's what I was looking for, is date modified. It's already there. But they're not giving me down to the seconds, so it's not quite small enough. All right, so how is this file created 1256 or 56? It's basically saying, but it's every other time too. But only if I run the test again. So something is happening. That's the mystery. So there's the merge modules command. All right, I'm gonna have to dig into that. Process uncompressed files. And then we go off and send back the MSI. Yeah, so here we generate the MSI. What's the timestamp on the MSI? Let's look at that real quick. The timestamp on the MSI, along with all the other ones that we're looking at. 55 and 59. Okay. Okay, so maybe what we're looking for is that the cabinet is getting set to the same timestamp as the MSI. But even then, I didn't think the MSI was created before the merge modules. See, that's the part that keeps getting me, is that the merge modules are extracted. So I wonder what happens. All right, so this is the bad case. Let's go back and look. All right, so I don't think we need 3 here. I don't think that's telling us anything new. That's not giving us any information. So let's see. If I set a breakpoint here, that will tell me that the test passed. Right. Let's go ahead and kick off a debug. All right, that one failed. Let's see if I get to this point where it passed. Would it be interesting if it crashed every time, or if it failed every time on debug? Sounds like you need to get it passed with only 2 builds, then looking at the timestamps. Yeah, that's right. That's the... Yeah, I think that's what I'm doing now. Look, it sounds like you get to build 2 pass, and then look at timestamps before it. Right, so look at it after the... I think you're saying the same thing. It's like you look at it after the test pass. Let's see if I can get there, or is the test always going to fail under the debugger? I've lost count if I'm on a fail. I was on a fail before, so hopefully it works this time. Am I stopped somewhere? Oh, did I fail again? All right, now I'm confused. Stop, running the test, do this, run the test. Running the test. I should take that sleep out. Oh well. At least the second one. The second one's not helping me at all. All right, that passed. Okay, great. That's a passing test. So let's go look at timestamps for the passing case and see where that puts us. I probably should close all those other windows if they haven't been already. All right, get rid of these windows. I don't need them anymore. Go away. Go away, little window. Wow, I can't close them from over here, huh? All right, fine. Will not let me close them. I have to hit escape on them. All right. Okay. So we are looking in OBJ, debug in US, Wim form. That's one of the files we want to look at. Where are we at here? 5410. And the cab 5410, and the MSI is going to be the same, 5410. And 09, which kind of makes sense since these files came out of that cab. This is the merge modules cab itself, and the merge log was the last thing I was going to look at. So this is going to be 5410. So this all happened within the same second, which isn't that surprising given what's going on. Extracting, well, I mean, I don't know, maybe it is. So it's fast that it went from extracting the file, putting it on disk, to creating the cab and getting it on disk. All right, so now this is all correct. So I mean, this is what you would expect it to be. So now we expect the next run to fail. Let's let that one roll. And I want to stop here after the first build, and let's do the same thing, and let's see if the files are out of sync at this point. All right. Merge modules files being extracted. 36. Maybe it's only when it ends in 36 that's a problem. $35. But this time the cab has the same start and end time. Right, which makes sense because this is the time then that's going to be when we run the next build. Presumably it's going to run incremental. It's going to find this cab's already on disk and therefore end up with the same timestamp on it. Yeah, I hear you, Zach. I'm kind of getting to a point where like, yeah, get something that'll spit this stuff out for me a little faster. But part of this also is I'm thinking as I'm doing this, so because I'm still kind of perplexed as to why this happens one time. Like, what's causing the timestamps to be different from build to build? Yeah, so these guys all have the same timestamp on them. It's just this file up here that got extracted from the merge module that got the wrong timestamp. It got a timestamp, presumably in the future, because these guys are created after it. They shouldn't exist at this time. I wonder if it could be the extraction code, the cab extraction code, or what if it's antivirus or something like that? If because the file extracted out of a cab, if another process is coming along later, but it shouldn't change the created timestamp. Yeah, disk latency or file system cache, it may be. Don't know. I'm wondering if the best answer is to just reset the times at the end anyway. Make the created time the modified time for the MSI and all of its cabs. Just reset it at a time on the way out. Procmon. Oh my gosh, really? Procmon? Is that the right answer? That's terrifying. I suppose we could. You're much better at procmon than I am, Bob. I guess. I'm just racking my brain trying to come up with some other reason why, something else that in the code that would make sense that this timestamp is different than the other one. All right, I'll try procmon. Although, what am I looking for in procmon? I'm looking for that particular merge module file getting touched. Can I get procmon to be, oh wait, this path is stable. I think I could switch to test explorer if it's not. I'm pretty sure this path is going to be stable, which means this one is, which means I could narrow it down just to this, right, Bob? I can teach procmon, proc. Oh, do I have procmon? I don't even know if I have it on my machine right now. I have to go digging around for it. Let's see. Yeah, so is it just file names? Well, can I just do file names? Or do I have to do path? Let's see. Bin. Or apps? I'm gonna have to go get procmon here. I should have it here somewhere. That's Process Explorer. That's not what I want, right? Wow. Do I really not have procmon on this machine yet? No. Okay. No, I don't. Path ends with file name. All right. All right. Let me go get it from Microsoft real quick. Please wait while I operate another monitor and bring this file down to this location. Unzip it and run it, accept the EULA. Sorry, properties, unblock it. All right, procmon 64, I agree. Yes, I trust procmon. All right, filter, holy cow, look at these icons. It's not the ones I remember. Let's see, auto scroll, filter by, oh, I lost the file name. This one, the name of this file, stable file name, path ends with, all right, there we go. So far, so good. Add. Okay. Explorer's poking at it. I probably should close Explorer, huh? Get that noise out of there. Include processes from Windows. Clear. Okay. Clear. Hello. Thank you. That took a long time. Okay. Okay. Kill all that. All right. Hey, little upbeat music, rock and roll. Let's see if we can go figure this thing out here. What do I want? I want to, I guess I want to bring up procmon. You jump over, where's procmon? What is the procmon icon? It's changed. It's not the one I used to remember. Oh, come on, stick to the window. There we go. Why is it? It felt like it. I think it's just the song got louder. We'll drop it a little bit. There we go. Is that better? That's better. All right. I don't think I've run anything, so let's step over now. Do lots of work. Right? Yeah, there we go. Woohoo! This is really tiny for you guys, I bet. I don't know if I can make it bigger. Tools, options, font, maybe font. Oh, I can't change the size. 16? Whoa, that did not work. I gotta re-scroll. Oh, what is going on here? Wow, that did not work at all. I don't know. I don't know, Zach. Show profiling events. Well, this is, oh my goodness, what is, all right. Do I have to restart it to get it to not look terrible? All right, hopefully the smaller font will work. Definitely have to cause it to redraw. Holy cow, this is not, all right, why change the font size if it's not gonna resize the whole thing? 12, is this the one that fits? Still, even that. I do not know what's going on. Ugh. I can't even read it at this point. All right, let's try and change the font real quick. We'll run the test again. 16. Close procmon, start all over again. Good grief, that was a mess. And we'll try it again, see if it will show up easier. That looks better. All right, file ends with that. None of those things. Okay, that's great. All right, we're rerunning the test. Clean everything. So, oh, okay, so this is the deletes, presumably. Okay, probably don't need the full path now that we know what we're looking at. All right. I'll give the detail, everything. All right. Create file, create, set this position, close file, create file. Set this position to delete. Yeah, delete, delete, delete. Okay, that's fine. We can clear that. So that's just the make sure all the files are deleted before we do a build. All right, build. Now we're going to get entirely too much information here, right? So what am I looking for, Bob? Timestamps? Is it going to show me the timestamps that created files at? Or, you know, I'm looking for something else messing with the file. Oh, look at that. Oh, no. Look at him. There he is. It's right there. I'm always a little bit afraid to blame antivirus because I always blame antivirus. Holy cow. But every time, it's antivirus. I should have started here. It's kind of like the ongoing joke with Bob at Fire Giant. It's like, yeah, it's always the compiler's fault. All right, so, well, that solves that mystery. Yeah, he's just jumping in afterwards. Yep, closing file and modifying the creation time. Wow. That's query. Where's the edit? I don't know. I don't know how to tell when it changed the file's time stamp, but it's definitely running later. All right, so from chat, is this enough to blame antivirus? I'm always afraid to. It feels like such a scapegoat, but are we like thumbs up saying, yeah, this is probably the problem? Is that the vote? I'll get a second. I mean, this is pretty damning evidence here. There's a Perry Mason comment in there or something. Close file, and then he goes off and does work. Yeah. So what am I looking for, Zach? This is not my... That's the question. Well, so maybe on the first one, should I save this log and then we can, I don't know. What am I looking for in the end? The timestamps? So these are all 731. Right, so, hey, this is me not using this tool much. Highlight, what can I highlight? Column. No, I'm looking for, yeah. Creation, I don't know what I'm looking for. Look for all things time. Last write time, not worried about that. What is this? Okay, volume creation time. What are we, this is on this file? 631, that's not, okay. 7, oh, wait. Okay, yeah, so there's, who knew we'd end up inside Process Explorer for this? All right, creation time 7:30. Wait, we can go look real quick, right? Yeah, me either, but here we are, the close file. Why is it create file, close file on it so many times? Like, what's it doing? All right, so it's repeating this sort of pattern, it looks like. Create file. Close file. Create file, close file. Read USF data. Okay, and then too many close files to go with that. All right, so I'll save this log, right? Save. Sure, I downloaded with that. Fine, whatever. We'll put it here. Log1.pml. Great. So that's one. I was gonna say 2 minutes. 2 seconds. Okay. Anyway. All right. So I'm gonna clear this now that I have that log file saved and I can see it. We're all good. Oh, I have the sleep in there still. Okay, we're gonna have the searches. Why did the searches not find it? It's kind of weird. Oh. We're only looking at the bin path here. Okay, so we're only looking at the bin path, which is interesting. Wait. So well, I just cleared it, so it's fine. So wait. So if we're only looking at bin paths, not the OBJ files. Do the OBJ files change during incremental? Another interesting thing to consider there. All right, let's run this again. We'll see output again. Okay, so that was MS Build saying, hey, these things are all up to date. Whoa, wait. These times are different. Like last access time. Okay, but the last write time is the same. Change time is different. I don't understand that part. This is the same file. Okay. So yeah, so nothing happened then, right? We read this file several times and got its timestamps presumably, and then moved on. It's great. And everything's good. And we didn't do any builds, so we're good to go there. Okay. Okay. So that's correct. Yeah, that I don't understand how that happened and why it was reading. Yeah, like it was reading the same thing twice. I was like, I don't understand that either. All right, let's go run this again. This is going to clean everything. So that deletes all the files. I don't think there's anything interesting in that. Yeah, it doesn't have the timestamp, so it's just deleting the files. That's normal. Then we're going to run this. And we have lots of information again. So wixnative is the thing that's doing all the cab work. Does it open it more than once? Okay, why does wixnative... Wait a minute, what's going on here? Okay, we create the file. Okay, now wait a minute, this is interesting. Why is wixnative running twice? Okay, that's not... That may be useful, but not right now. Come back. All right, so wixnative ran and wrote the file, closed it. The virus checker came in and tried to do work, and then we created the file again. Okay. Oh, this is reads, I bet. Yeah, this is reads. Okay, that makes sense, right? So the first wixnative call was to extract the file from the cab. The next wixnative call was to put it inside the cab. Okay, great. That's cool that we can see both of those. So that's something. And we can see the timestamps now, right? Yes. So is it possible that wixnative's reading from the cab is doing it? All right. Let's go down that hypothesis for a minute, so I don't blame it on the antivirus, even though I really want to. All right. So that's one thing we're starting with. Create. No, there's a way of marking these, right? Toggle bookmark. Highlight. No, not highlight. It's, I guess, toggle bookmark. Bolded. Yeah, great. Okay, so there we created it, a 115.18. All right, great. And then the next time wixnative comes down, create file, query, close. All right. Always too much information from procmon, but too much is better than not enough. So what do? We read the file, the size of the file probably, okay. And then we read it here. That's weird. Yeah, see now look there. Again, the access time is less than the creation time. All right, so then we create the file. Any interesting things? We're just share mode, read, delete. We're just opening it. Read file, close. Oh, set basic information. That's interesting. Why did we? Now the last write time is the same. The last access time is the same now. Creation time is still that. Oh, okay. So now that we've closed the file, that was the last access time. I guess, yeah, we're going to update that, right? Set end of file information. Why are we calling set file information on this thing? We go to the end of the file. Oh, look at, wait, whoa. Why did it write to this file? Okay. What is it doing here? What are we doing here? Oh, this is, all right, fine. This is the Japanese, but that's fine. Are all these, I should be looking. There's the ENUS one. Oh man, okay. I didn't think about that. This could all be ENUS. Oh, this is further complicated by the fact that we have both Japanese and ENUS. All right, so I have to keep track of that. Okay, fine. So there's ENUS. This is all JAJP then. Is it? No, this is ENUS. ENUS is done there. All right, that explains why it was opened again here for JAJP. Okay, great. So the last access time is that. End of file, read file, read file. But why did we write to the file here? Oh, this is the extraction. Duh. Okay, this is the Japanese extraction. Set end of file, write file. Okay, fine. So this here is the extraction time for the Japanese file. Oh, that might do it. Am I not looking at the error close enough? And it's the English cab, but the Japanese. No, but I copy. All right. Okay, that's another possibility. That's another possibility, is that it's comparing the Japanese file, because the yes. The English cab would get done before the Japanese one. But there's no, because they're set to different tracking files. So that should not happen. What I just said should not happen because they're in different tracking files for that reason. All right, well, dang it. Okay, so this wixnative up here is a little tricky because it has both the E and US and the Japanese, the English and the Japanese cabs or files being extracted here. So we're finishing the English one. And then we're writing out the Japanese version. And then we are reading the Japanese version. This is tricky. Tricky. A little bit of a mystery here. So the creation time being later than the last access time is still weird. But I don't see it changing the timestamps here. All right, file, save. We'll call this log2. Just call this attempt to part one, attempt to part one. Okay. Clear. Now. Okay. Oh, okay, that's fine. It's here. It's like, I forgot to start it, but no, it's here. Okay, so open. Oh, but it built, right? Yeah, it did a build, which it should not have done. Okay, let's just. I want to look at the. I want to look at the bin log real quick and make sure I'm not missing something really sad. Let's see, Wix build, right? Core, target, core compile. There we go. Yep. Input file. This is newer than that cab. Okay. And this one is the same. Oh no, look. Wait. Ho 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 ho. This is twice E and US. That's busted. Yeah, this is the JAJP. The E and US file. Is triggering. Okay, so it's the E and US file that's triggering the problem here. And then I guess the Japanese is getting pulled in along with it. Although I don't know if it shows us all the timestamps are different. It's just like, hey, I found this file is newer than that one, and it just stops printing out. MS Build just says, all right, here's the list of files. Okay. Wow. Wow. Let's see. So what have we learned so far? The antivirus is in the mix, but doesn't seem to be doing any writes, which should have caused timestamp changes. And here we are hitting wixnative again, and then we get the read later. So this is the subsequent build that should not have happened, because the timestamp should have been fine. Let's, yeah. Query build, why is this referencing it? Create file. Oh, what are we missing? I'm swimming in data here and none of it's helping right now. So this is the run. This extracts the ENUS file out and back to disk on that timestamps. And those are all the same ones as before. Or no, yeah, man. Clear file, close file, query file, close file. Query, read file, query information, file, system control, file use. I don't know. Query, 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 query. There's no writes by the antivirus. And then we do a native close set. Last access time 122:45. The file already existed on disk. The file already existed on disk. So it reused that timestamp. Keep coming back to that. On the first build, everything goes through, and the MSI and the cabs and that file, the merge module file, all have reasonable timestamps. Then we do an incremental build. What am I missing? What am I missing? What am I missing? Let's see here. I mean, 25536, 1 I think is when we're in. Build, is it build? I think. Where is this project path? Just do this. All right. Can I get all my timestamps in this? I don't use this enough. Time fields. Creation last time. That's the close the fields displayed for sorting. Thank you. CD, and which one are we in? Make sure I get the right one. This guy. Yep. Okay. All right. So let's do dir/s/tc. Was it W? Did I get that right? dir/question mark. What are we looking at here? T. I thought that's what I wanted. T. Can I not specify more? Oh, T colon. My bad. I want C and W. I don't know if I care about A. Said that was for sorting. Does it actually print out? That's the order. Controls the time field displayed used or used for sorting. Okay. dir/t:/c/t:/w. Do I have to do them separate? No. How do I get multiple time fields printed out? I don't do this very often at all. Controls used for sorted. Creation, last written. Use the wide format. Will that give it to me? Nope. One at a time. So you think that, let's see. T:/C, T:/W. Yep, the times are different. Well, that's not as helpful. What do I want? I guess I just want time created, right? Because I don't really care about time. I mean, time created, because I don't really care about time written. That's not the thing that MS Build cares about. So I probably could just go with that for now. All right. Let's try real quick. Okay. I'm going to take this sleep out. Take this sleep out. Put my breakpoint here. Put my breakpoint here. Test pass, test fails. Modified, not created. Modified. Okay. Lab modified. Modified then. We'll see what happens here. All right. So when I get to this point, let's debug. And hopefully when I do /s, what are we getting? What the heck? Oh no. I've been trusting the delete everything and it's not deleting everything. Man. All right, what is going on here? What is going on here? Let's go back and debug. Clean everything. Get the folder, delete those folders. Okay, that should be the right things to delete in this root folder. Oh, now I'm in 3. Okay, fine. That's fine. Okay, fine. Hopefully all is well. Okay, great. So for each delete all that. This isn't working. This delete everything doesn't delete everything. This is nonsense. For each project folder, delete all this. Okay, path combine. It said nothing was there, but yet there is a bit.obj. All right, this delete everything is not working. Oh my goodness. All right, am I in the right place? Yes. Here I am. It said go through all these folders. Oh my gosh. Yeah, exactly. It said it seemed to skip as if the folder didn't exist, but it should have been. So, oh, no. For all the Git directories. All right. Clearly, I have to stop assuming that any of this works. Project folder is that. Great. Delete folders is folder. Folder. Great. I don't really care about this one because I don't think this has anything in it. Oh, really? Fine. Okay. I don't care about this one. Next project. Don't care about that project either. Project folder. Yep. Don't care about that one. Doesn't start with Wix. I don't really care. Can set a breakpoint that does just that. Okay, now this should have files, folders in it. Maybe not that one. And let's just, all right, let's just look. Not make any guesses now. Okay, it's clean. Fine. Fine. So it's only the Wix project and the CS project web core. Fine. No, that and that of course is that. Okay, so it's just this Wix project that's not getting cleaned. Let's see why that is. Okay, great. All right, skip. Wix project DLL, don't care. Module, don't care. Package CS proj. This is not the one we care about. Package VCX proj. This is the one we care about. Path combine folder. That won't exist, but the bin folder does. Okay. Okay. All right, they're all gone now. What was I seeing? Okay, now we're clean there. Okay, so it did clean. did I just look at the wrong folder? All right, let's make sure the project path is the right one. Yep, all right, that's clean. We're doing a build. Mm-hmm. No, I could put stuff here. Okay. Output. So this is first create that text. See W. Right? I'm not trusting myself. W. Good. All right. So now if I compare these two. Oh, of course, ignore that. All right, good. Times are different. Creation versus written. These files, the create and write times are different on these files. All right, that's interesting. Yeah, okay, just those. Okay, fine. All right, so that's the first build. Now, second create. Second write. All right, first create, nope. First create, second create. Nothing changes there. Yeah, except these text files that I'm using, and then 52, 54. Oh, that's the very bottom. Okay, great. All right, it's telling me the total files listed. Great. And these files are changing because they're the text files that I'm creating while I'm doing this. Okay, that's fine. First write. Second write. And it's the same. The only thing different between these things is the things. All right, great. All right, test is done. After. Now I'm just being paranoid, but after. Second create, after create. Should just be those files. Okay. Great. Fine. We're set there. Okay, now we're going to run the test again. Yeah, I don't care about this now. Do I? I want to see that it hits something here, so... All right, good. This folder. CSproj, yes. Yes. Yes, because I did a wixproj build, which built all of these other things. Yes. Oh, it's all down here. Why am I doing that? And wixproj DLL. Yes. All right, great. Okay. Okay. All right, I'm back to trusting this code. All right, this is before everything. Now, nothing should exist before 2, right? Before 2 create. All right. I don't know if this is going to tell us anything new. I just feel like I'm doing something here, so I'm going to capture all the dates and timestamps. All right, so now we're going to do a build, and that's doing work as it should because we cleaned everything. Duh. All right, I'm about to write a batch file that does this for me next. First to create. First to write. All right. Now this should go fast, but it's not. I don't know. Maybe that was fast. I don't know. Second to create. Second to write. All right. First to create to second to create. Now that's fine. Create timestamps are fine. And now let's go for the write. All right, that says it worked, right? At least from a timestamp point of view. Yeah, okay. What is going on here? Step through, go, 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 go. See if we can find the answer. All right, first three create. First, third, write. Second three write, and let's go with second three create. And that passed. Why did that one pass? It just passed, so is this going to fail? What am I missing? Going around in circles right now. So what can I do? I could do this a little faster instead of all this batch file nonsense. What am I looking for here? Well, I guess I'd be looking for the exact files. It's like I could just grab the files I want and get their timestamps every time. What's it telling me in the end? I'm trying to find at some point I may be better off just doing this inside the core tool set, seeing and asserting if there's any times. Yeah, so basically moving this time check into the Wix MSI backend. There are two tracking files. We can look at the tracking files. Which one do I want to use? Go back to PowerShell. OBJ. So when we go into here and we see this, there's the and there's the JAJP. JA, none in there. EN, oh, dash, and none in there. All right, so let's see. All these paths have ENUS, ENUS. This is an input, does not. These don't. This intermediate, but these do. All these intermediate files do. These inputs are from the previous builds. Oh, there's the ENUS and the VCX proj that was extracted. Yep. And this here is JAJP, JAJP. So this is all correct. And then the MS build target. So I think those tracking files look correct. They have the right kind of content in them, and none of it overlaps, which would be really weird, or would be very bad. And these inputs are static, so they're not supposed to be language specific. So there's that. And then the MS build file. I think if we go look at core compile, core compile. Core compile. Man, there's a lot of core compile. I didn't expect so much. Oh, it's skipping because things are out of date. Because all targets are up to date. Inputs, outputs. Oh, that's the wrong core compile. We want our core compile. I wonder why this one's gray and that one's down. Interesting. Is newer than the output file. Okay. Yeah, so this is, I thought about this, just bind inputs. See, if this was JAJP being extracted, it was newer than the ENUS cab, then I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, the cross-pollination is creating the problem. But it's not. This is the ENUS file messing up its ENUS output. It seems like the bind inputs. So bind inputs. Can we see bind inputs? Yes. We go searching. Is there a way to pin this? No. That would be nice. I was hoping it would show me all of them. Bind inputs. Yeah, so there is the JAJP files coming in. It's like this file being newer than the cab, that would do it. That would make sense. But where's the other bind inputs being added? Yes, bind inputs. But there's the ENUS one. And yeah, there's the ENUS one being pulled in. And it's like this file is newer than the cab that it got built into. Now I was prepared for this to say that the JAJP file is newer than the ENUS cab, and that would clearly be busted. Right? It'd be like, oh yeah, then we do have cross-pollination, because this would say that yeah, we have the cross-pollination of the two languages, but the outputs are the tracking files. Wait a minute. And the bind built outputs. You think that's saying any input is newer than that? No, it's saying input file this is newer than that. It tells me the right ones usually. I don't think it tells me all of them. I think it just tells us the first one. But I think it's all of them. All right, but bind built outputs. Yeah, see, there's buy and build outputs. Buy and build outputs. Except that the time that we saw on disk when it fails is correct. I mean, it's saying the right it is correct in that that this file is newer than the cabinet it goes into. So I mean, it's, as far as timestamps go, it's correct. They are different, or the timestamps are different. Unless this really is just saying that, but no, it went to the trouble to find one of the inputs and one of the outputs and match them. It's got to be these two. It'd be so much easier if it was the JAJP merge module file is newer than the ENUS cab. And I'd be like, oh yeah, that actually makes sense given what we've seen. That would be very easy. Yes, I totally agree. And if that was the problem that I was seeing, I would be there right now. And because I think it actually is batching right now because of this. So it could be doing exactly what we expected, although it has all bind inputs in this. So no, because the bind inputs are all squished together. So it shouldn't. But anyway, again, it's not. This message, I'd be with you, Zach, except that this message does not say that it's a cross language problem. It's something else. So, and this is in, both of these are in the OBJ folder. What does the JAJP message say? So that one does say, I think that one says the English one. I think it says the same thing. Yeah, it says the same thing. Which makes sense because the inputs and outputs are the same. If you have to rebuild one, it ends up rebuilding all languages. I mean, given this, that makes sense. That's fine. Again, my concern is that because this is, oh, actually, it says the JAJP cab. Yeah, this ENUS file is newer than the JAJP. See, that's even crazier because JAJP we saw got built after English. What? I mean, this JAJP cab is built even later than this ENUS file is extracted. Now, this cross-pollination is wrong. And it's probably going to be like the one note I get out of this episode at this point, that I have to go back and look at the cross-pollination on the built inputs and outputs. But it's not the thing. All right. Here's an idea. Let's modify this project, this test project, real quick. Just a tiny little whack at it. I'd like to rename this file, please. Can I please? I'm not debugging. Can I rename? Open, remove. Why can't I rename? What am I missing? Oh, because it's a star. Huh, duh. Open this folder. Reveal. All right, fine. Whatever. I was trying to do this easily, but it's not finding test data. Which one? Wixproj. App. And we're going to take this guy out of the running for now. All right. All right, now we're going to run this test. doing the thing, and it failed. That the MSIs are different. And if I run it again, what does it think? It says there. Okay, so that did not fix the problem. Oops. Sorry. Running it. And now they're different. Run. Pass, please. Just to maintain the pattern. Oh, it failed. Run again. Let's see if I can get it to pass. All right, had a network blip there. Hopefully everybody's back. What all goes in the get hash function? Is it pulling last action or some other piece? No, it's just getting the hashes of the files. It's like, this is the hash of that file, that's the hash of that file. And they are different. All right, this one just passed because it didn't throw. So here, I mean, you can see it. It goes through and it sticks the hashes on the end of the files. It says this file's hash was this. And then the second hashes are all of these. And then it compares those lines as strings. So nothing more than that. All right, let's see, run it again. So that time it worked on the debugger after failing twice in a row. Now JAJP should be out of the mix. Okay. Now I can't get it to repro in the debugger. Okay, yes it can. Nope, still intermittent. All right, let's go just grab the bin log one more time and see what we get there. Bin log, tell me something useful. Oh, that's gonna be everything. Core compile. No, that's fine. Wix proj native down at the bottom. Core compile. Hey, we're still getting 2. That's weird. Why are we getting 2? Are we not? That didn't get rid of the JAJP. What? That's crazy. Wait a minute. So why are we still building JAJP if I got rid of the Wixel file? At least I thought I did. That should not be able to be there anymore. I can just delete the file. That'll take care of that for sure. Okay, now the test passed. If we run it again. Wait, all right, we can look at how many files are rebuilt. Okay. All right, let's see all the files that were built. Make sure that it does not include. Yeah, okay, now we're only building ENUS. That's good. Are you gonna fail or pass? That passed. Are you gonna fail or pass? Fail or pass, this should, I don't know. Typically it says the second one fails. There we go, we've got a failure. And we're gonna go look one more time at the bin log for this one. I'll drop down here. That's the restore. That's that. There's only one core compile. And we still have the same thing. So we took 2 languages out of it. We're still down to this one problem here. That still the merge module is newer than the cab. And I think that's where we're gonna have to leave it this week. Zoom? I don't know what that means. I don't have an answer. Don't know what's wrong yet. So, anyway, I'm gonna have to kick this around a little bit more, see if I can't narrow some of it, since this is not getting anywhere real fast. Something funky is going on. And I think what I'm going to start doing is adding a bunch of diagnostic code into the compiler itself, just to kind of, oh, sorry, Zoom, my bad. Thank you. To kind of, I'm going to put code in the compiler to try to see if I can't isolate this exactly where it's happening and essentially stop the compiler and say, hey, look, we notice this file is newer than this file. Therefore, we know that this problem is going to happen or has happened, rather than trying to catch it at the test level for now, just to go diagnose the issue. So I think that's probably what I'm going to do, go add some test code in there. And hopefully next week I'll have something better to report, something a little bit more useful, instead of chasing this around in circles all the way through procmon and back and log files of timestamp dumps and everything else, trying to track down why the file from the merge module is sometimes newer than the file, than the cab that it ends up going into, which just doesn't seem possible. So until next week, there's a Wix meeting tomorrow, so if you want to come here, chat, hang out, and evaluate the bugs that are going on in the Wix toolset, go ahead, show up tomorrow morning. That's 9:30, so I should figure out how many hours that is from now, but it's less than 12. Or sorry, not less than 12. It's more than 12, less than 24, somewhere in that range. Anyway, until then, you guys keep coding. You know I'm going to be working on this. Bye.